Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into something super useful, how to wire up a light switch. Whether you're looking to replace an old switch or just want to learn a handy skill, this video is for you. It's important to get it right for both safety and functionality. So let's roll up our sleeves and light up our spaces with some DIY magic. Before we get our hands dirty, let's chat about safety. Working with electricity can be a little scary, so we want to make sure we do it right. First things first, always wear some personal protective gear, like gloves. Next, make sure to flip off the circuit breaker. Trust me, you don't want any unexpected surprises. Here's a pro tip. Grab a voltage tester to double check that there's no power flowing to your switch. Safety is key, so let's keep our DIY adventures accident-free. All right, let's gather our gear. Here's what you'll need. A screwdriver, wire stripper, and pliers. Easy peasy. You'll also need a new light switch, some electrical wire, and electrical tape. Oh, and don't forget about the electrical box. It's super handy for housing your connections. You can find all these items at your local hardware store, and they're pretty budget-friendly too. Let's make sure we have everything before we move on. Now let's break down what we're working with here. The light switch itself is pretty straightforward. It's what you flip to turn on and off the lights. But did you know there are different types? We have single pole switches for simple setups, three-way switches for controlling lights from two places, and dimmer switches if you're feeling fancy. Just a quick reminder about the wires. Typically, we have black for live, white for neutral, and green or bare for ground. Understanding these parts will make wiring a breeze. Next up, let's prepare our workspace. It's super important to have a clean and organized area. Remove any clutter around your project so we can focus. A tidy space not only makes things easier, but also helps us avoid accidents. Plus, double check that your electrical box is secure and has enough room for all those wires we're about to wrangle. Trust me, working in a neat area saves time and frustration. All right, the fun part, wiring the light switch. Let's take it step by step. First, let's identify the wires. Typically, you'll have a black wire live, a white wire neutral, and a green or bare wire ground. Knowing which is super important. Now, on to step 1. Connect the live wire. Take the black wire and attach it to one of the screws on the switch. It usually goes on the bottom. You'll see a terminal for it. In step 2, we connect our load wire. This is often the black wire heading to the light fixture. It hooks up to the other screw on the switch. Next, let's chat about grounding. Grounding is crucial for safety. Attach your green or bare wire to the green screw on the switch. This ensures everything is safely connected. Now, before we seal everything up, we want to secure those connections. Use wire nuts to twist on the connections tightly. A little extra step here is to wrap electrical tape around them for good measure. All right, we're almost there. Time for step 3, installing the switch. Make sure it's aligned correctly, and then screw it in place securely. Tuck the wires neatly back into the electrical box and finish off by attaching the cover plate. And just like that, you've wired a light switch. Now it's time to test our hard work. But before we power up, let's double check all our connections. Once you're confident, turn the circuit breaker back on. Now for the big moment. Try flipping that switch. If the light turns on, congratulations. If not, don't panic. It might be a loose connection, so double check everything again. And that's a wrap on wiring a light switch. You've learned a valuable skill today, so pat yourself on the back. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome DIY tips and tricks. See you next time.